Welcome back to the Gweilo 60 channel. Yeah, it is, you know, I'm sort of conflicted a little bit here today. It's nice to be back in China. I miss the amenities and the easiness of China. But I also miss the sort of like the hardships and the toughness of the Philippines too, where you know, you can't find healthy food. So that's just one thing. Everything's burgers and fries and pizza and fried chicken and stuff like that. Where here this morning I went to Islamic mosque for beef and noodle soup for breakfast. Well, how much healthier can you get than that? You know what I mean? I do miss the Red Horse beer, 6.9% alcohol in the Philippines. I don't miss the heat. You see, Nanning is a really hot place. You're looking at 32, 33, up to about 38, 39 humidex. But in the Philippines, it was 36, 37, up to about 43, 44 humidex. And those extra little bit of, you know, 4 or 5 degrees in humidex sure makes a big difference in how comfortable you can be. Sure, when you get into places like Cebu and whatever, you've got some really good restaurants, and you know, the hotels are pretty good in the Philippines. I enjoyed that part of it. What I didn't enjoy is seeing the poverty. Like, I don't know if I told you, but like I went to a number of people's places in rural areas of the Philippines, where they just live in these little huts, sort of shacks type thing. Oh, there's that sun, boy. He starts to heat up good, and there's no air conditioning. There's no running water. They're cooking over. They're burning wood to cook their rice. They're you know, there's one bed and there's 5 people in the family, so 4 of them or 3 of them have to sleep on a floor. You know, it's different. And then you come to a place like China. See, China back 20-25 years ago was similar to that in the rural areas, where you know, there was poverty everywhere, and people didn't have the means. It sure has come a long way in the last 20 years. I'll tell you that right now. When I first came to Nanning, oh, those buses are loud. When I first came to Nanning, there was about just over 3.2 million people in Nanning back in 2003. Now we're pushing 9 million people. So the urbanization has changed a lot of people's lives here and made it better for them. Their standard of living is better, their education is better, their health care, their housing, the amenities from subways to roads and the jobs that come along with building all of these things. You know, the engineers, the universities are second to none. The hospitals are getting so much better. And then you go to the Philippines and you see that they used to be a rich country, and they've digressed to what they are today. And it's sort of sad to see, because the people that I went to see their homes in the Philippines, in the rural areas, are friends of mine. And to see them and their families live like this is sort of heartbreaking in a way. But you know, how does that saying go? You can't save everybody. It's just one of those things. If I could, I would, but you just can't. You know, setting up a charity in the Philippines, well, I've seen how setting up charities works. So you get accused of everything from stealing to being fake this and fake that. So I'm not going to go down that road again. You know, I've got some bucks in my jeans, and if I decide to help somebody, then I'll, as I did with the Eden's teeth and Harold's teeth, well, then I'll do it out of my own pocket. But you can see what I'm saying here. is that there's a big contrast between the two countries, where China is developing into something that is futuristic and probably one of the, well, I would put it as one of the most futuristic countries in the entire world. I don't think I've ever seen another country that has the amenities and the infrastructure that China has, and I don't think we'll ever see another country that gets to this level in the world, ever. I really don't believe it. But then you go to a place like the Philippines and you see the exact opposite. It's heartbreaking, it really is. You notice that everywhere there's blue fences and there's construction going on. You can see, well, you can see in the background, high-rises going up. You can see here, construction fences, and that's a normal thing here in China. The construction goes on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They decide to pave a road. One day they strip it, the next day it's paved again. There's no screwing around here. And I noticed in the Philippines they're always fixing the roads, but they're fixing 100 feet here and 100 feet there, and they're doing it manually, pouring cement and stuff. My God, Martha, it just doesn't make any sense. Well, it sort of does make sense when you can understand the difference in governments. As I said in a previous video, whenever the United States gets involved with a country, everything they touch turns to dog shit, you know, and you can see that that's what's happening in the Philippines. It's the American influence, it's the mindset, it's the corruption, it's all of that and more. So when you've got a government that really doesn't give a rat's ass about their citizens, well then you've got problems. And as politicians pad their pockets, and rather than helping the citizens that they've been elected to help, well, then you get a poor society like the Philippines. When you have politicians that are actually held to account for their actions like they are in China. Yes, and there has been a lot of corrupt politicians in China, and they're no longer there anymore. Where are they? Well, they're in jail, of course, because if you're corrupt, if you get caught doing something illegal here in China, whether you're a big politician, a tiger or not, then you will be held accountable for it, and that's just the way of it. So with these deterrents in place, you get high-rise buildings, you get infrastructure, you get subway systems, you get everything that the people need and want to make their lives better. You get roads to Xinjiang Autonomous Region, you get high-speed rails to Xinjiang Autonomous Region, you get water reclamation from the mountains into the desert to reclaim desert and turn it into arable land again. You get all of these things that create jobs and make it better for the people of that area of China, and you see it over and over and over again. And as China does that and builds their country and makes it better, the Western conglomeration of countries points their fingers at China, saying, oh, look at these bad people over here. Somebody with a horn. Look at these bad people, and look at what they're doing over here. And it's more of a jealousy thing than anything else, just for the fact that they know that China has passed them. They know that they'll never catch up to China financially, infrastructure-wise, less corruption-wise. They just know that. So the only thing that they can do is they can badmouth China and try to blacken it in the eyes of the rest of the colonial world. And it used to work. It used to work. It doesn't work like that anymore. People are seeing through it, and that's why you have all of these countries joining BRICS, because they know what's coming down the road is a strong China, a strong Russia. You know, the global South is getting stronger and stronger as the Western countries are in decline, and they have been in decline for a long time. Man, when Wei Fong and I left Canada back in 2014, and then came back 8 years later and looked around. We said, holy smokes, what happened to this country? Because in 8 years, it went from a first world country to something that was unrecognizable. The United States, exactly the same thing. So when you think of how fast that happened, you give it another 10 years, and I guarantee they will be unrecognizable countries, and they will no longer have the power. And it's because of government. I guess this whole video is, if you've got a shitty government, you're going to have poor people, you're going to have homeless people, you're going to have drug addicts, you're going to have crime, you're going to have it's just not going to work. And then if you have a good country, a good government, well, need I say any more, guys? And this is the oldest, ugliest part, downtown part of Nanning City. You want to go to the Chaoyang district, this is it. You want to go to other areas, the new Wuxian area, which is state-of-the-art, smart city. Yes, we have a smart city here in Nanning. You can do that too. But if this was in the United States, in the oldest area, downtown area, how many homeless people do you think you'd see? How many drug addicts? How many panhandlers? Would you see shit on the street? Would you see garbage? Would you see, crime, violence? What would you see? And here, you see none of that. Why not? China has a good government. And that, my friends, is another video from Gweilo 60 on the streets of Nanning, China. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe, hit the bell, and until next time, peace out. Bye now.